I'll give him all the credits. Like, I think I would have not gone this far without him, because some of the ideas I put into this business, he brings them up. And sometimes I will be doubting, but when I give it a try, it actually works in my favor. So I think he has been a supportive partner so far. He pushes me. Sometimes I'm even afraid to do something, or sometimes a client would talk to me rudely, and then he'll be like, sometimes you need to stand up for yourself, because coming to America, I was very, very shy, but I was not like that too shy when I was in high school, but then the shyness was still there a little bit, but he made me to open myself, open my wings, make me to know that this is a free land. You need to express yourself.
I got 99.9 problems. This is where we sit down and talk about it. 99.9 problems. And we ain't scared to talk about them. We got 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back again to another edition of a 99.9 Problems podcast. I am the man who needs no introduction. If you're watching this for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe. And to all our subscribers, thank you so much for keeping up with us. For we grow this community because you guys engage and keep up with us. As you guys already know, always here with the beautiful, delectable, drop-dead, gorgeous, ebony skin, dazzling eyes, by the special grace of God, wife material. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my co-host, Brenda, to the show.
Hey, thank you.
As you guys already know, one beautiful lady, two black beautiful ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a force to reckon with. She is magnificent. Beautiful and delectable, drop-dead gorgeous, ebony skin. A beauty queen in the making. Ladies and gentlemen, she is the CEO of Nash Cosmetics. She is a beauty and cosmetic chemist. You know what that means. If you want to look beautiful for the summer, if you want to look dazzling, you want to get rid of acne, everything you got, every problem you got on your skin, she is the go-to. Guys, we're going to have everything up there on the screen. Her page, her website, follow her, reach out. She can fix you and make you as beautiful, as dazzling as she is. She is also the CEO of Fancy Events and Rentals LLC. Damn. She got a lot up her sleeve. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our able guest of today, Miss Nadege, to the show.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I remember like you reach out. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's been,
about like,
it's been a while. It's been a while.
So,
welcome to the show.
I've been so busy. Thank you.
We definitely understand. Thank you so much for coming on. Let's have a toast. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, we have been seeing the amazing things you've been doing around home and abroad. We see the amazing impact you have in people's events here and there, all of that stuff, right? Just give us a walkthrough. How has the journey been for you, all right? And how did the idea of, juggling two businesses and having both a cosmetic business, which is doing so great, and having an event business doing so great at the same time. How did those two come about?
So how they both came about is I'll start with the cosmetics. I've been doing cosmetics for over 10 years now.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I actually started it when I was in the university, my second year in the university.
Yeah.
So all this was because I had some skin issues that actually made me to move from hospital to hospital, clinics to clinics, looking for a solution for my skin. But until I didn't get no solution, I actually applied all kind of products, but to no avail. Until I met this dermatologist in a taxi. He just told me about his products and everything, and I was like, okay, let me give it a try. From there, I met with him later on, used his product, and it worked miracle for me.
Damn.
So I had to meet him one-on-one. I'm like, I think I would like to get myself into this business. Like, I think I want to help people feel confident in their skin, like to people who have been going through or who are still going through what I went through in the past, because it was terrible. Like I had like acne all over my face, my arm. Whenever I go to anywhere, like people are just looking like, what's this on her skin and stuff. So it really made me like feel less of myself, no confidence, no self-confidence. So that's how it came about. I learned, I got licensed for that, and I started producing the skincare product. And when I came to America, I stayed actually for like 8 months at home. It was not easy given the fact that I was a very busy person back then in Cameroon, like going to school, doing my master's, working for a travel agency, and doing my business. So coming to America and staying home for like 8 months, it was not like, I was not myself. I was like, I think I need to be who I am. Like I need to bring back my business to America, let people know that this is what I can do and this is what I do or I've been doing before. So I actually started my skincare, and then after a while, I think 3 months after my arrival, I actually had to get married because I came on a fiancé visa status. So I wasn't working, and at that time my husband like just lost his job. So it was quite a tough moment at that time. So I was so stressed, depressed. At one point, I just wanted to go back home. I'm like, this is not the life I planned. This is not the America I was dreaming. So I was like, and to think I was going to come to America and further my education in law, but everything just seemed like it's going to be student loan. Everything just looked complicated. So I'm like, you know what? After my wedding, I'm going to see what I can do in regards to that. And then it came a time I had to reach out to some event planners at that time to find out a quote, because I came during the COVID period. And according to the judge, we couldn't do like a crowd kind of wedding. So it was just something very small, intimate. So I was like, I reached out to this event decorator, and I'm like, I want something small in front of my garage. I want you to do something small for me. She charged me like $2,500, and I'm like, whoa, this is just too much. So
given the fact that you guys were going through a lot.
So I just told my husband, you know what? I heard about Party City. There was this friend at the time who was actually, she was always with me, always coming to see me, always coming to like know how I'm like dealing with the new environment and everything. So I told her, I'm like, this is what is going on, and this lady is asking for $2,500 to do a small backdrop on my garage. So I'm
just a backdrop.
So I'm like, this is ridiculous. Is this how you guys do it? I know. This is crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to reach out. I actually spoke to my husband to give me some money. I'm thinking we should go to Party City, buy some balloons, and actually just do something small. She's like, okay, I think that will work. We went forward, went to Party City, bought some balloons, rented some chair covers, rented some chairs, did something little outside. And the funniest thing about it is that when I look at the pictures of the decoration that time, it's just so ugly. Like
because you're a professional.
It's so ugly. I'm like, oh my God. And to think we knew we killed it. Like we knew like, no, in fact, like we are ready to get into the market. Like we are taking over with this kind of work. So, and from there, I think I just had something told me like, I think we should actually start this as a business. And the good thing is, when I came, I'm like my husband's friend. She was this kind of outgoing person. She was always like, you know, I'm a very reserved person. I don't talk too much, but I prefer to act. So, and I was very happy that when I brought up the idea, she bought the idea immediately, because there are some people that when you bring up ideas, they'll be like, they'll start bringing doubt into you. Are you sure you can do this?
I don't think kill your dream.
I don't think you can do this. But she welcomed the idea. She was like, oh wow, that's a nice idea, but it's going to be really tough because we don't even have the items. I'm like, okay, I think what we can do is we're going to start this business the way I started my skincare business. What I did was I didn't have capital to start this business, even though I have I'm from an average background. Like my mom could actually help me fund my business, but this is how I actually did it. I charge you for the skincare, and then the money you give me is what I use to produce your product, and then what I have left is what I have as profit.
Wow.
So I was like, what we can do is we tell people that we have we do decoration, we do party planning and all of those things, and then they show us an inspo picture. We look at the inspo picture, we give you a code. Once you pay your full price, or you pay us even half of the money, we use it. We rent some of the things from those who are already into the business and have all the materials. We rent the stuff, we buy what we need to buy, we do the decoration, and then the balance now comes into us as profit. So that's just how we started accumulating profit for our business, gradually till
Damn.
so that's just how like I've been able to like do the Nash Cosmetics, bring up the Nash Cosmetics, bring up the fancy event. But I would say it's not been an easy journey handling two businesses at a time, because at some point I feel like I'm a little bit slack on my skincare business. The decoration business is a little bit let me say overwhelming, especially during summer. I get too booked, too busy and stuff. So I kind of like try to make sure that on my free periods, I try to produce enough skincare possible, stock them on my shelves, so that anytime any client wants anything, I just pack and then I go to the post office and I just deliver. So it's not been easy.
So concerning the cosmetic, the cosmetic Nash Cosmetic going on right now, is it mainly for light skinned women or men, or for like all skin types?
It's actually for all skin types, both men and female.
Okay, that's great.
So if it's for all skin type, right? Given that you make the things and then you stock them off ready for shipment, how if someone actually comes in and then they give you like a description of what they want what they want the lotion to like fix for them, right? Do you actually go ahead to like make something specific for them, or the ones you make is just generally for like skin types?
So what I usually do is I produce for different skin tones and different like sensitivity, because but we do like customization for some clients, because some clients come with different problems and specific like they have like sensitive skin, or maybe they have an oily face but a dry skin, or maybe a dry skin and an oily face. So we can always do like customization. So that one would not leave from my shelf. That one I'll have to do it like days before the actual shipping date.
Damn, holy! I have an oily face. Every time I always use like tissue paper every time to like just clean up white. Yeah, my face is oily.
Yeah. So when you first started the decor brand, you and your friend, got engaged in, was it like, how did you build your confidence when it came to like going for your very first project?
I mean, building confidence is a matter of time. I would say from our very first contract, there was just like confidence, but it wasn't like full, like 100% confidence, because we're like, what if we mess up? What if this client doesn't like what we do? Like you're scared, because like it's your first actual contract with somebody you don't know, like, and you actually want this person to be a returning client, and you want the person to spread the good news. So we're scared, nervous, but we're actually happy that this client was satisfied at the end of the day, and that actually boosts our confidence to do more and more and spread the word. Even though we didn't have enough content, like, because when you actually tell somebody you're into this business, you're doing decoration, they want to see your work. So by then we didn't really have like work to show apart of my wedding that we had done. So and which was a mess. But at that time we didn't see it as a mess.
It was really good though. Yeah,
it was really good.
I was there, so I was like, damn, okay.
No, because if I was in her shoes, like after my first, trying the first decor at my wedding, I would be sweating for my first project.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my goodness, how did you guys do it?
Yeah, so I would just say the confidence just built as time went on, like just as we started doing more deals, accumulating more contents, having more clients, and that's it.
So what are you guys specialized in? Is it like wedding events or mostly parties? What are you guys really specialized in?
So I would say we are specialized in weddings, birthdays, corporate events, gift boxes, cocktails, rentals.
Wow.
So I actually added rentals last year into my business because I realized that the market is actually getting wider.
Yes.
A lot of people are getting into decoration, but they don't have the materials to do what they need to do. Because looking at my life back 2 years ago when I started this business, it felt like we're actually laboring for, like, just laboring, and you're not seeing the profit. Yeah, as much as we want to put like smiles on people's faces, you want to actually make profit out of this business.
Yeah.
So it felt like a client, for instance, giving you 7,000 to do their wedding, and you have to use like over 4,000 to rent out from
My
some
goodness.
other vendor, like rent from chairs to everything.
lot.
And then at the end of the day, you have to have workers. Like if you have like 100, 150 guests, you have to decorate. You can't do it alone. You need to hire people to do that. So you have to pay these workers. You need to put gas in your truck. So I actually had to add renters to help people out there who I was once like them, like
Yeah.
didn't have anything. It makes it easier for them, like,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So like, I've seen the rentals too. So you rent now. Before I go in, I've seen, because man, you got a lot of fans. You know, I'm one of them because I watch from the background. You know, and then sometimes it's good to just appreciate what people are doing.
Yeah.
They might not tell you to your face, but the
They
appreciation
see-
and the
they see what you do.
admiration is really great, you know, because I saw it that you incorporated like rentals in it. Reason being that, and it's really been great too. Now most people don't want to rent halls no more. You notice that, right?
Yes.
Halls are mainly for like things like weddings, these high profile events.
Yeah.
Most events people want to do them at home. And what do they need? They need those stuff.
Yes.
The canopies, the chairs, all of those things. They need that, which was really great, right, to do. Now, do you think that this move actually helped you overcome your competition to some extent? Because I know, like, in this line of business, you guys actually face a lot of competitions. There's a lot of people around you doing the same thing, right? What makes you better or stand aside from every other person?
So I think this event rental I incorporated into my business actually made me to stand out from other people. I mean, the market is wide. The competition doesn't really matter when you know you can tell your story in a different, like you have a unique story to tell. So what people actually pay for, they pay for the experiences, they pay for the emotions.
Yeah.
So I actually adding this event rental into the business
Yep.
is, I don't know how to put it, but
Like a game changer.
it's a game changer. It was actually like a stepping stone because it didn't only increase my revenue,
Yep.
because like right now, if actually somebody hires me for an event, I will fully do an event without even renting one thing from anybody.
Wow.
And it also helps people like doing their events, like you said,
Yep.
people doing their events home, backyards and stuff. If they want to do their events on their own, they actually need these rentals from you to do these things. So that's one of the reasons why I actually like brought this. Yeah, it was really important for my business to have a rental into it. And I would say one thing that makes you to stand out is to look at the market. What are people doing that you are not doing? You need to differentiate yourself from other businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to create an unforgettable experience to this client. So you need to find out one thing that will make your business stand out. Yeah, because everybody have their own, let me say, calling, or everybody has their own unique way of doing things. But the way you do your own thing is what makes you stand out from the rest of the others. Like,
set you apart.
there's just this simple thank you message you can write to a client after they've used your services. Thank you. Or when they actually send their payments to you, you say thank you and stuff, and it changes the whole thing. It makes them see you in a different light. It gives them that feeling to even want to come back and even refer you to other people. So I think that's the only way, like, to stand out from other people.
So you talked about calling, right? There are a lot of people out there that would see you and other people doing this line of business, and they'll be like, I want to get into that business, and they're more focused on, increasing their funds. So do you think focusing just on the financial part is enough for them to get into the business, or there are other things that has to inspire them before they get into the business?
I would say the financial part is not just enough. You must love what you do. If you don't love event planning or decoration, you will not last in the business. This business is hard work, like it's hard labor, like it's not some easy job. Like people just come into the hall, into a party, just see how things are beautifully displayed on the table, but they don't know behind the scenes. They don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So I would say, aside the money, the finances, you need to have passion for this. Whatever business you're actually intending to get yourself into, be it skincare, event planning, decoration, or whatever, you need to, first of all, you need to love it before you get into it. If not, you're going to fall out of business. I know a lot of people in the past, when I was back then in Cameroon, we all started business together. And for one or two reasons, maybe it's because they felt like they loved the business, like they loved that area, but at the end of the day, they realized this was not actually what they wanted to do. And sometimes also it's because of poor management. If you're not actually good at with finances, like keeping money and stuff, you realize that you're just doing you're on one cycle, like you're doing one and the same thing repeatedly, but you're not moving forward. So actually, I would say, like, before getting into any business, you need to actually put your heart into it, and every other thing will be added onto it.
Yeah. As we all know, summer is approaching. A lot of women have been engaged and are yet to be engaged. And there are a lot of birthday parties coming up. You know how Minnesota gets when it gets warm. So can you give us an estimate? I know one of my friends is preparing for a wedding. So can you give us an estimate of how much people would need to, put in their minds before approaching you when it concerns pricing?
Okay, talking about pricing, clients just come to my inbox sometimes. They'll be like, I have a wedding, how much? And I'm like, that's vague. That's vague. I have a wedding, October 21st, how much? I'm like, it's vague. I need to get the details.
Yes.
Like, how many guests am I, what am I actually doing? What do you want? Sometimes the inspo picture helps us to know what we are doing and then know how much to charge. I need to know if it's a wedding. Okay, I need to know what the venue, where the location is, because sometimes, this year, I have a wedding out of Minnesota. It's actually 3 hours drive. I need to know some events can be 15 minutes away from my house. So that already makes a difference in prices. Your location, number of guests, and then the design. Clients come with different tastes. A can come with something very extravagant, luxury. She wants something really wow. And then another client will come with something basic, just wants it beautiful, just want the place neat. So it makes the prices definitely these two clients will have different prices, even though it's 150 guests, but for the fact that your design is more luxury than this other person, it already makes your price higher than that person. So that's how I actually charge or quote my clients when it comes to pricing.
That's very...
I'll keep that in mind.
That's what I actually wanted to ask you too, because, going through your page, damn.
Someone can get scared.
There's some extravagant. No, let me not use extravagant. That's the wrong word. There's some exquisite decorations or artwork that you put up there. I'm like, damn. If I'm doing an event, am I gonna be able to afford this? So you look at it and then it looks like it's a lot of work too. So of course, I want to believe that the price you charge should be worth it because of the work you put in. Because I know it takes you a couple of hours to get things ready. So now, let's switch up a little bit. I know you mentioned you're talking about and it seems like you're running these businesses by yourself now. You started out fancy events with a partner, right? Over the years, what actually happened before the split up? Or, because, okay, right now you're working on your own, right? Before, you used to have a partner. How did that actually come about?
So before we're actually two. So I think one actually is a very long story. I wouldn't start saying
Let's
all
make
the
it short.
stories. I'll just
Yep.
make it brief.
Yeah.
I just feel like we both had different visions. Like we had different goals, and me bringing up the idea that we should start the business it actually shows that we actually have like the energy, the willing to do, like to be like to do business, but then we had different visions, we had different goals, and that's what actually caused the split, which is not bad, because I think she's doing well now, and I'm actually doing extremely well, and I think that was just the best decision we ever made, because if we're still together, maybe we would have not gone this far the way we have both gone, because I sometimes your idea on how a business should run is different from my own idea. So sometimes I'm not saying joining a business to like doing a business to get partnership is not good, but sometimes you need to make sure that the person you're joining business with, your vision aligns with each other. Your goals is actually, you guys have the same goal, the same vision. Actually.
So you mentioned goals and vision, right? Now, more often than not, people usually think, oh, there's a saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, we'll go along with the group, with someone or people, right? Maybe you might have already answered that, but do you think that if you guys had stayed together, you will have been 1,000 miles ahead than the way it is right now?
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think so, because personally, in my business right now, like the 2 containers are actually loaded last year and this year. I actually did the very first container out of pocket. So it takes, if we're actually 2, you're not sure if the other person will be willing to sacrifice their money, because I was getting myself into something I don't know how the outcome was going to be. I was actually testing myself, trying to take out money from my account, like, because I actually have a full-time job. So I was like, I'm not going to quit my job like how other people do. I'm going to do this job, use this job to fund my business. So I take my own personal money to fund this business. And I was like, if it doesn't work, then it didn't work. But I was doing it knowing that, no, if I'm actually doing this, is because my God directed my steps to do this, because before I do anything, I actually seek God first before doing something, because I don't want it to look like at the end of the day that I just did it out of my own will, and I just thought of something and I just went into it like that. So I just feel like if we're both of us doing the stuff till now, maybe it would have not gone this far. I just feel like me doing it now, I feel like I like it so far. I mean, it's where I actually want it to be.
You talked about container. What container actually?
Oh, I shipped all my party, like all my equipments from China. So I actually loaded a 45-foot like that was like 2 weeks ago. So as it just came in, I mean 2 days after, people started calling and picking up this thing. It's like they were just waiting for the things to arrive, because before the arrival, I started posting on my pages like, this is coming.
So there are decoration things that
that I'm going to use for my own personal events, and people actually come
So
to
okay,
rent
so
them
is it
out.
actually for sale or for renting as well?
For renting? No, I don't sell. I just use them for my personal events, and I rent them out to other vendors.
You're a huge
it's really good. Guys, to anyone out there looking to get into event planning and decorations, you already know your go-to. Everything you need, right? From what? Chairs to
tablecloths,
everything,
centerpieces,
backdrops,
flowers, everything.
So do you have a team?
So I'll say it's a team, but I have like contracted workers, because these individuals have their own personal lives. They have their own various jobs. So what I do with all my events, especially when it comes to weddings, I always need a large team.
Yes.
So I get to them way ahead of time, like give them a 2 or 3 weeks notice. Okay, I have a wedding coming up this day. Please give me your availability on this day.
Yeah.
Then I know, okay, I'm working with this person, this person, this person, and then I set that on my calendar. So I'll say I have different teams on different events depending on the availability of these individuals.
So what if you have to travel? Do you go with them, or you have teams in different states too?
Oh no, I travel with them. Like
Okay.
the event I have out of state this year, I actually give them the program, and then we travel and I lodge a hotel. I'll be actually lodging a hotel for all of us, and then feeding on us,
Wow.
transportation, and
Yeah.
I better
after
come join
everything
that
is
team.
done, we just drive back.
Wow. We better go join
That's
that
amazing.
team.
That's amazing. Now, so so when you have running a business is not easy.
It's not.
There's a friend of mine who said entrepreneurship is spiritual.
It's spiritual.
That
indeed.
shit have stuck with me for years. Now, do you pay those flights yourselves? All of those things, right? You do it by yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
but we
because-
indirectly add it into the client's code.
Cool. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Okay,
Okay.
of course, you're still gonna pay
The
them for
workers,
the work and stuff.
yes.
That's really great. Now, I saw a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe it's been for years. You've moved into an office space. How did that actually come about, and how is it going so far?
Actually, I've been looking for a space since last year, and I wasn't just looking for any kind of spot.
Yeah.
I was actually looking for a place that is actually on the road, like not somewhere far away from my house too.
Yeah.
I was looking for a place where I'll have an office space, like a warehouse, and also have like a space that I can, like a showroom, where I can do like a display, a table, use a table, do
Yeah.
a display. When a client comes, or if I have an appointment with a client, and you tell me already your colors for your wedding, I just set those colors on that table. So when you come in, you already have a vision of what your event is going to look like. So I wasn't just looking for any kind of space. That's the kind of space I was actually looking for. And it wasn't easy having it until we found this place in Coon Rapids, and it's been good so far, and it actually built trust in our business, because sometimes you're talking to some clients, especially maybe on Facebook, and you're telling this client to make a deposit in regards to their event or their rentals, and they're like, what if you're scamming me? What if you're not real? And they say they have been scammed before and all
Oh,
of those
that's
things.
for clients you've never met before.
You've never met before, but clients I've met that I've worked with before, they
Yeah.
know me.
Yeah.
They won't be scared to like make the deposit real quick. But people who have never seen me before, they are actually give them that opportunity to come to the office and have a one-on-one with me. So that space has actually built that trust with so many clients that if not, I would have lost a lot of clients.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Earlier, you mentioned you work and you do your business at the same time. Is that still the case, or you're more focused on your business?
It's still the case. I'm actually working to see how I can
Damn.
leave my full-time job to like concentrate on my business, like before the end of this year. I'm actually working forward to that, because it's not easy. It's not been an easy journey, because sometimes when I work and I come back, I'm just so drained. Some days I'm so drained that I don't even have that energy to prepare against my events on weekends. Or sometimes I come back, I'm like so energetic. I just do the work that I can do. So, but it's not been an easy journey. But I think I'm actually using this full-time job to my advantage at the moment. But I think the time for me to quit that job is
drawing
approaching.
near.
Yeah.
Okay. And you also mentioned that you're married. So how do you manage being married,
Yeah.
business, and then work at the same time?
Yeah, all
See,
of those things. That seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
How do you do that?
It's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's overwhelming sometimes, because you don't want your business to destroy your marriage.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too busy that you don't have time to concentrate on your marriage. So what I actually do is when I come back from work, I like use my free time. I rest, use my free time. I cook something. I stock food in the fridge. But I mostly do like most of the cooking and all of those things, especially on my free weekends. But on weekends that I'm too busy, like Fridays, Saturdays, there are some weekends that I'm booked Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. So I'll do the cooking during the week. But if I'm not booked on that weekend, then I'll just be relaxed that week, and then I know I'll do all the cooking on the weekend. So that's just how I do, and then do my cleanup, clean my house, and all of those kind of things.
Do you see how being a woman is not easy?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
really amazing. It's not easy. It's really not.
Multitasking is
Especially for a hardworking lady like you.
Yes.
Juggling 3 things at the same time.
It's actually 4 things.
4.
Yes.
What's the 4th one?
The full-time job, Nash Cosmetics, fancy event,
Well,
and my marriage.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yes. it's
That's
actually
4.
That's
That's
a
4.
lot.
And the marriage is a full-time job too.
Yes.
Yes.
To any lady watching this, it's doable. It's not hard.
Yes.
Of course, it's stressful, but it's doable, right? It's and at the same time, it's not easy too, because you know some people will be overwhelmed, and to some extent, that more often than not, we see marriages crashing down because of, you know, ladies focusing on business or not be able to juggle all of these things. How is your husband a support system to you? Because I see sometimes you guys go for these events together, you decorate and all of these things, which is very admirable.
So I'll give him all the credits. Like,
Yeah.
I think I would have not gone this far without him, because
perfect.
some of the ideas I put into this business, he brings them up. And sometimes I will be doubting, but when I give it a try, it actually works in my favor. So I think he has been a supportive partner so far. He pushes me. Sometimes I'm even afraid to do something, or sometimes a client would talk to me rudely, and then he'll be like, sometimes you need to stand up for yourself. Because coming to America, I was very, very shy, but I was not like that too shy when I was in high school, but then the shyness was still there a little bit. But he made me to open myself, open my wings, make me to know that this is a free land. You need to express yourself. If you don't express yourself, people will just talk to you or use you anyhow. So I would say, like, he's been a very great support to my business. He's actually, sometimes he follows me with like to do the event, put stuff on the table actually, because he has watched me, my team do things, and I would say we are both into the business.
That's great.
Now, what's your advice to? Because no shade to all the ladies out there working hard and, you know, being overwhelmed. Of course, life is hard for everybody. What's your advice to, like, ladies out there who are working hard like you, right? But they're still not able to, you know, have relationships or maintain or keep them because of the business or work pressure or life pressure itself. What's your advice to them? How can they juggle that?
So my advice is, you just need to create time, because if you love something, you don't want to lose. Like, for instance, you're in a marriage, or maybe you're in a relationship. You don't want to lose your marriage. You don't want your job or your business to come over that marriage. So if you love something, you're going to create time for that thing. And if you're too busy that you think relationship is going to be a distraction or something, everybody knows themselves. I'm this one person that I can do so many things at the same time, and I'll just be perfect in all of those things. That's why my mom calls me Jack of all trades, master of all, because I would do 10 things at the same time, and all will look good. Like, so I just feel like you just need to create time, make good use of your time down, and do a lot of things that you think needs your attention.
I understand, like, given the fact that you have all these things going on in your life, how do you manage those days that you come back home and you feel like, I'm tired, I cannot do this anymore, I just want to quit? How do you handle burnout? So
handling burnout, I have this bad behavior, which I'm still working on. When I'm burnout, I just frown. I'm just so angry. Like, everything just irritates me. And so, yeah, I'm just so irritated. And my husband just understand when he sees that, he just stays away. Or maybe he'll just be like, what's going on? Or if I have something to do, or maybe a delivery, he'll be like, you know what, just rest, I'll do it for you. So that I just call him my angel. Sometimes he just understands everything or every mood that like I just bring up. Like he really understands me. That's how I manage. So I'm actually working forward like to know how to manage my stress, like the burnout, like try to keep a happy face no matter what, no matter how tired I am. I'm just trying to work on that.
That's great. Based on what you're saying, we can see that not all marriages are a mess out there. Some are amazing, especially when you have a partner who supports you.
A very supportive and partner who supports your dreams.
So do you sometimes go for trips? Do you go out, travel, have fun, create time to enjoy yourself?
Yeah, actually, I started, like this year, I actually decided that I was not going to work too much like last year, because I actually noticed that last year, even some of the vacations I planned with my husband on our calendar, as soon as a client comes, oh, I have a wedding, this, and you just bring $10,000, we'll just be shaking and we'll just cancel everything. We'll be like, what's this vacation?
But that's a lot of tempting money.
Yeah, the money is tempting, and we'll be like, you know what, let this vacation hold on.
Yes.
Winter is coming, it's actually a slow period, but let it wait. Let's do this person's event, and after that. But actually this year we have decided that we're going to actually set dates for vacations, dates to like rest, and when we set it, no amount of money is going to allow us to cancel those plans. Yeah, which
is very important.
Yes.
Because you gotta you gotta feed the body that works the money.
Yes.
Guys, in the country where it's so stressful to put food on the table. Yeah, because if there come a time that you have to break down, you're not going to have that body to make the money. So it's very important to have the fun. Now, do you think I wanted to dive away from this conversation, but let me not do it. It might be controversial. Let me not do it. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you can.
You sure?
Yeah. Give it a shot.
Okay. Do you think... How should I put this question? Do you think that it's advisable for married women to go on solo trips?
Yeah, I mean, not solo trips, but trips with their friends. Because if you're going on a solo trip, I, for one, I don't think I'll enjoy a solo trip because I'll feel bored. And I'm someone who loves pictures, especially when I go to a new environment. I see a beautiful angle. I need somebody to be there to take the pictures. And I don't think a tripod would be satisfying enough to do all the work that I need. But yeah, I think girls trip. I mean,
so girls trip is fine, but not solo trip.
Yeah, solo trips. I'm not into solo trips.
There's a lot of girls who take solo trips nowadays. Just go have fun, and they say, oh, they're going to relax their minds, have fun.
But sometimes it's important,
to take a solo trip as a married lady.
For some people,
what for?
To build yourself. Sometimes maybe you both need space,
Must it be with a trip though?
Do you want to stay in the house?
Of course not. There's other places you can. There's other places within the state that you can go to.
That's still a trip. Because you're away from home.
No, that's not what I'm talking about anyway. But okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, last thoughts. What are your last thoughts regarding what are you looking to get into next? What's the next phase? Is there any next phase you're looking to to broaden the scope of your business to do something different, make something different? 'Cause I know the first thing you mentioned was leaving your full-time job, right? Let me ask it this way: do you? Because I know you're getting close to $1 million soon anyway. Because those decor money is not.
It's not small money.
It's not small money. So do you? I know this business now sustains you a lot, right? What's the next phase in your business?
So actually, what I'm looking forward to is, I'm looking forward to getting an event center,
An event space.
an event
Yeah.
space where people can actually book the hall.
Oh,
Or I
that's nice.
can give like a package where
Yeah.
you can have the event space and we do the decoration. And then another thing I'm actually looking forward to is getting licensed, like in the event planning and decoration, where
Yeah.
I can be able to reach out to people, teach my skills to other people. I have a
Yeah.
lot of people reaching out.
Yeah.
Wow, I love what you do. I've actually had I have a vision. I have this dream, this passion to do what you're doing,
Yeah.
and you actually inspire me. Can I learn from you? Can you teach me and stuff?
Yeah.
But for now, what I usually do is for people just come. I just give you my schedule. You come, you shadow me, like
Yeah.
you see. I show you certain things,
Yeah.
but I want to be in that area where I can teach people, but not just teach people. I want to make sure that I'm licensed, because some of these halls, like in America, you need to be licensed to do certain decorations.
Yeah.
I actually lost 2 decorations last year, 2 weddings,
Oh.
just because the hall was asking for a license.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the reason why I don't want to start doing teaching, because these students actually will be needing a certificate from you.
Yeah, that's
And you want that certification to be backed
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
So
that's right.
you don't just want to issue certificates like that
Yeah.
when you're not licensed. So that's actually what I'm looking forward to do. Get a license, go to do some courses online, get a license, and then teach people, and then write a book. I actually have a plan on writing a book. A lot of people reach out to me about how I was able to expand my business in just a short while. Like, how am I able to trust the people I've never seen in China to send them thousands of dollars to buy things from them to bring to America? So all of these questions, I don't just want to put it out there for free.
That's
So I'm actually looking forward to writing a book that will help people out there willing to be in the event planning decoration space or in the
Yeah.
market, to like be able to read and understand and able to like practice it.
Okay.
That's very impressive.
So before we conclude, what advice would you give to women out there that are currently doing businesses or have business ideas, or maybe following a certain career path that their partners are not in support of? What would you advise them?
My advice to these women is you need to show value. The thing is, one of the reasons why maybe your partner doesn't participate in your dream or what you do is because they don't see it value, like they don't see the value. Like, you need to make this partner to see the value, see that it is worth putting my energy into. When you show them the value, when you make them to understand, like, this is what this business is bringing to the table,
Yes.
it will actually like motivate them to want to join you into the business, want to do what you're doing, actually support your dreams. So I'll advise them to be like, you need to first of all have a good relationship with your husband in the first place, where you guys are like friends, and then from there you need to show that partner, like, this is what I'm doing, this is what it is, and then I think every other thing will just work in your
Yeah,
favor.
that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
That's a very good question,
Yes.
which came to my mind earlier and I forgot. Because it's important for like people to know out here, right, what the stakes are. Because most relationships are failing, or most marriages fail because one partner is not supportive of the other person's dream, or they feel that, some men are insecure about the fact that, this lady is going to do well, and then not put in not play her part in the marital duties and stuff like that, which creates a lot of those conflicts. So yeah, that's a very perfect
Yes.
advice for them.
So thank you so much for being here with us today. You look amazing.
Thank you.
And we just want to say thank you all for always watching, following, subscribing, and sharing. We still beg and ask you all to share to your friends and everyone that you feel this is going to be very important for them to watch and listen to. So you can follow her on Instagram at
Fancy Events _rentals LLC, and the skincare page is Nash _cosmetics _NC.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.